favorite thing that Tim's ever said.
Yes. Yes. So just to let you know that we are a colorful bunch here. Timmy D's imagination just runs wild. Like
I am a dragon, you know.
Rawr.
Do it again.
Rawr.
All right. So 2 weeks ago, we went to the MiniCon here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes.
And we saw some great people. As you found out last week, we got an interview with Brian Stelfreeze. And, of course, Captain Snowflake was all about getting this interview with Tom Gardner. So, with that being said, here is what is his title with this, Tim?
Oh, he actually says at the beginning he is he's not really in charge of the Carolina garrison of the 501st.
Yes.
But he's the person in charge of vetting new members, basically.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, here is the interview with Tom Gardner of the 501st.
First off, tell me your name and a little bit of the history about the 501st.
Well, I'm Tom Gardner. I'm TK 5940, Carolina Garrison, which is the local chapter of the 501st Legion, which is the worldwide organization, Star Wars costume organization that's pretty much the go-to group for, or the preferred group for Lucasfilms, now Disney. So the history actually started out is funny because we've had over 10,000 members. We've in 48 countries. We keep about 70 or 75, between 65 and 75 active members, or 1,000 members. I'm sorry, 6,500 to 7,500 active members worldwide. And it just spawned from, it's kind of funny, two guys in Columbia, South Carolina. Now, you think that this would start in some big city like New York, Los Angeles, maybe London, Paris, something like that. No, it started in Columbia, South Carolina. Two guys that just kind of wanted to go see the special editions in 1997 and wear Stormtrooper armor. And the gentleman, Albin Johnson, who's still in the group, still an active member, basically just fell upon this because he had an car accident. He lost one of his legs, and he was sitting around kind of like he's an IT guy, building this whole website. It was called Detention Block AA23, which is the place that, they took Princess Leia in the first movie, and it just catapulted from there. They were posting up pictures of them going and doing the event, and it really wasn't an event. It was just like two guys just showing up to see the movie in Stormtrooper costume, and it grew into something a little bit more, which warms my heart. Lucasfilms, now Disney, knows who we are. They call on us to do big red carpet events, TV spots, stuff like that, any type of campaign that they're looking for good characters. They're not throwing like Joe Schmo that they just rented the dude for the day and, a day actor and threw him into some costume that they got. They call on us.
Awesome. Okay, what kind of people will we see in the 501st?
Well, you're going to see it's Star Wars characters, but they're the bad guys. The bad guys are the ones like Vader, the Stormtroopers, even the bounty hunters, but they have to be what we call licensed characters, and they're not custom. They're not something like you can go make up your own Darth so-and-so. I'm Darth John, It has to be one of the ones from a movie, cartoon, comic book, video game, something we can reference, that we can say, that's that part right there. And that's how the cape should look, or that's the paint job or something type deal. There are other organizations, and we do a lot of work with them that do their own customization characters that they made up their own Darth Joe or, Mando Mike or something type deal. So, but we kind of stick to, and that's kind of like the holding the guns. And I think that's why, in a lot of respects, we are the preferred, Star Wars group by Lucasfilms because we kept true to Lucas or George Lucas's vision. So,
But that's actually, it leads me to my next question. As you mentioned, your costumes are very intricate and very loyal to the source material. How stringent is it? I mean, do you have a process that you have to go through before you approve a new member?
Well, yes. Actually, we do have what we call the standards, or it's a library. It's called a costuming reference library, which is off of our main website, which is 501st.com. Yes, there is actually, for most of the costumes, 3 different tiers. There's a basic level that you actually go in, and we'll have pictures. We've got like over 400 different variations or different costumes that you can pick from, and it's going to grow with new movies, new cartoons, stuff like that. But with whatever costume you want to pick out, before you do, go to eBay or go to Craigslist or maybe go to one of the places that say they make licensed costumes, come check with the local chapter. Come look for those if you want to do a TIE pilot, if you want to do an AT-AT driver, if you want to do a Vader or something. We have specific areas that help you understand where to do it. The cheapest, I hate to use, it's not the term that the quality's cheap, but we try to help you save your money. So if you get approved, then you're in, and you get a number, and it's kind of like your birth date in the sense, and you get to pick your own number if it's an active or an open number. Right now, all you have to do is do a local troop, sign up, do a local troop. We have a local forum, just like any of the other garrisons or outposts. And you show up in your 501st approved costume, and you only have to do one event, or we call them troops, a year to stay active, and then you have to do a census at the end of the year. It's like your taxes, type deal. Send in the reference and this and that and the other, and we check it off, and you're good to go for the next year. So,
Well, what big events do you have in this new year?
Oh, well, obviously for not just the local, if you're going to say the local group, we're going to be doing what they call 501st Day, or if you get it, May, and it's which is 5, the 5th month, and then the first day, 501 Day. We do Free Comic Book Day, which is huge. I mean, it's crazy. Which will be usually around. It's fallen on May the 4th, which there's a big thing. May the 4th be with you, get it? And then there's Revenge of the 5th, which is the day after. We're going to be doing, in Charlotte, we're going to be doing the St. Patrick's Day Parade in March. We're going to be doing Heroes Con. We're right now at the MiniCon, which is kind of like the precursor, the warm-up pitch to Heroes Con. Heroes Con this coming year will have, not only for us, there'll be the guy who Marvel started the comic book series back up. They finally got the rights back. They had it back in the 70s and 80s, and they haven't had it for 29 years. Dark Horse had it. But one of the authors is going to be there, so it's kind of a big thing for us. But there's
a huge release this year.
Yeah, it was. It was, huge. I mean, and so many variants of the covers and stuff. There's some cool artists and everything, but he's going to be there, and we're going to try to do something big for him, hopefully. We have not just a table. Like here we have a table and some props, but I have like 1-to-1 scale props, like the trash compactor and like some of the like Ewok scenes and stuff like that. And there's a couple little, I'm not giving it away, it's like a little top secret hush moment I want it to be kind of like that secret present. So the people that are coming, it's going to be a Star Wars year at the Heroes Con this year. So it's going to be Mondo. I'm trying to think. We're going to be doing some baseball events. We do a lot of like the Charlotte Checkers. I know is out of their season, but we're trying to even work with trying to get maybe the Panthers this coming fall. That would be lovely to do. Alvin Johnson's a very big, huge Panthers fan, so he would be somebody that I think would just. He's been trying to work that out, and I think a little bit of the rest of us have. So if there's anybody in the Panthers organization that loves Star Wars, we'll be there, full buckets on, giving one heck of a spectacular show for you guys. So, but yeah, I mean, and it comes up. I mean, we do a hospital event. We do the Victory Junction Gang event. I don't know if the Petties have basically a place up there for kids that have illnesses and issues that we go up there and do a couple of little events for them and stuff. But we do Star Wars reads, that's coming up probably at the end of the year. But huge thing that's going to be happening is going to be in California, which will be the Star Wars Celebration 7 in Anaheim, California, which is kind of like, if you can think of 4 days of nothing but Star Wars, the galaxy far, far away, and there's going to be thousands of 501st members there. So that'll be a big thing for us. But locally, I'm thinking for right now, for the biggest thing will be Heroes Con. So we'll be doing a very cool thing, a droid hunt, which is basically kind of like in the very first movie, A New Hope, where the Imperials are looking for R2-D2 and C-3PO. That's basically, you are the guys trying to keep us from finding them. You are going to be wearing a lanyard with a droid on it. We send out guys looking for you. You'll give us the lanyard. We'll give you a raffle ticket. And on Saturday at 5:01 p.m., get it, 501st, we do the raffle. And, like, I'm going to have, like, a Stormtrooper helmet. It's off of a... I love Star Wars props, and this has actually been cast off of one of the original Stormtrooper helmets. And I am going to California. One of my good friends there, Brian Muir, who helped sculpt Vader, or he did Vader for the very first movie. He helped with C-3PO, and he also helped with the Stormtroopers, sculpting them and getting them ready for vacuum forming. But he also did some little odd characters that if you were only a Star Wars nerd, you would know their names. So I'm not even going to start spouting them off. But so the thing is that I'm going to get him to sign the inside of the bucket, and then the droid hunt is just a free raffle. It doesn't cost you anything, but we do take up, like today, we're taking up donations for Make-A-Wish. We're going to be doing in April, the end of April, in Rock Hill, South Carolina, we're going to be doing a Make-A-Wish event. They're going to be doing a walk around Cherry Park over there. So that's a big touching heart because of Katie Johnson being a Make-A-Wish child. So...
Awesome. Well, I really appreciate you giving us time on the Ninja Troll Digicast.
Oh, it was my pleasure. It was my pleasure, and I hope I didn't ramble on too much, guys.
And tell us where we can find out all the information about the 501st.
Well, if you're going to go worldwide, you go to 501st.com. If you're wanting to do the local chapter, if you're in the Carolinas, North and South Carolina, go to carolinagarrison.net, and you can check us out there. If you're not in the Carolinas, if you're not in North and South Carolina, and you're hearing this broadcast, go to the 501st website. There'll be a little drop-down tab that says Find Your Local 501st. It'll put it in country and in state, stuff like that. And then it'll break it down because there may be, like, California has 4 garrisons there. We only have 1 here. We'll only be, because of Alvin Johnson being... the founder, we talked about we've got enough members. It takes 25 members to make a garrison. we could have split the garrison or the two states up, but because he did, the original members started trooping in North and South Carolina, we kind of keep that sacred ground, so to speak. So you go check that out, and we're more than happy. You can get on our websites, the local websites, and ask questions. It's free. We're happy to help you. We're happy to, give a bit of knowledge, talk Star Wars nerdism, or anything that you want to.
Awesome.